So I want to know more about ProvisionGenie. So Carmen, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. Let me first start by explaining why how ProvisionGenie came to be. And this was when Luise and I had a conversation probably a little over a year ago when we were talking about provisioning solutions for Microsoft Teams in general. And we came to the conclusion that what was currently available at that time, and still now as well, doesn't really suit the needs of the users, because when you use the built-in provisioning solution from Microsoft Teams, which is simply the create a team button, you get an empty team with a general channel, the file step, and a wiki, and that's it. And people need to start filling that, which is not easy because they don't know Teams. On the other hand, when you have a template to provision a team with specific channels already in place, and then maybe some applications or some tabs in those channels, that also doesn't meet the user's needs, because there might be too much or there might still be something missing. And the problem is that people can't really articulate their needs. And that is how ProvisionGenie came to be, because we wanted to blend learning with the process of requesting the team, so that it's not just creating the team, but people in the meantime, while they are using our solution, they are also learning about what is Teams about, and how does it work? What do I need to think of? What is important? And if I can share my screen now, then I can go a little bit over the core concepts of ProvisionGenie, what we are using in our solution. And we are using Power Apps for the front end, for the user interface. In the back end, we are using Azure Logic Apps to take care of the logic. For security, we are using Managed Identity. We are storing the data in Dataverse. And because we want this to be an open source solution which is easily deployable, we also care about deployment with ARM template files, and we have documented everything. Because now I've gone really quickly over these core concepts, but if you look at our documentation, you can find more detailed information about why we chose these components and why we didn't go for alternatives. It's all very well documented there in the architecture decisions, and also what we are still working on is documented there as well.
Okay, we'll provide all the links in the show notes, by the way. So if everyone is searching for those links, they will be down below.
Perfect. And I guess we can then jump into the demo, right, Luise?
I think so. So I'm ready if you are. Okay, yes, so what you can see here right now is ProvisionGenie is already added as a personal app into the app bar on the left-hand side. And we are greeted on the welcome screen where we can find all kinds of learning content. As we said, we wanted to blend learning and provisioning. And we see there are just like 4 main challenges to win in Teams. And it's, of course, about collaboration and working with files, staying on track with all of your tasks, have meaningful conversations, succeed in meetings, all kind of that. So we won't go intensively about this right now, but this is learning content provided to you in these beautiful pop-ups. And once our user feels like, hey, now I know enough so that I know what is Teams about, they can start the provisioning process. And as you might see, we have a sidebar as well. So we guide our users through each and every single screen in this application so that they know what they are required to do here. So we will now start the provisioning process. And we will go for a team name, perhaps ProvisionGenie or ProvisionGenie demo or something like that, a team description. We're awesome. Oh, we have something already in Clipper. That's nice as well. We will be asked if you want to have a welcome package, which is more learning content displayed as a tab to our team. And we will be asked if you wanted to have a SharePoint list for our personal and group task management in our team. So this is because we don't like the Planner API, which does not provide us with application level permissions, and will therefore not go with a managed identity approach, but we offer a nice alternative for our users. So Carmen will select next. And the next thing that we will do is we will be adding some of our co-workers as team members and as additional owners. So we all know it's a very good practice to have more than one owner in a team. So we will add them right here. They will all be collected. We will save this information and move forward. Next thing is we want to have some channels. So it could be nice to have a channel for the Logic apps, channel for the Canvas app, and so on. Perhaps some Dataverse. So you see we're listing the tools that we use in our solution. We save this as well. Next is I want to have an additional library, perhaps for images. And this comes with a nice description, perhaps, which would then be multiple lines of text. So we can not only say we want to have a different column, but also choose the right column type. And even if we have a choice, we can even define those values here. So perhaps status is always a nice thing. And this has perhaps InDesign or just like completed or published. This is sweet. We will add the column and save the entire library. And this gets then added to the team as well. Next, I want to have an additional list. So what will I do about this? This is our issue tracker. And issue tracker means we need to, yeah, that's okay. We want to know who is this assigned to and who is the person. So that's the first column. Next thing would be the deadline. Oh yeah, that is the thing that we do not want to see usually, but that would be a date column, and we will save that list. And now it's already time for checkout. So you know that when you go shopping, you just like have the ability to review everything one time again. So if there is still something to do about it, you can edit this right here. So we will review everything that we did so far, and then of course submit this request to provision this team. And what now will happen is all this data will be written into the respecting Dataverse tables, and that will trigger our Logic apps.
Yes. And then let's go quickly into the Logic apps. We have multiple Logic apps to orchestrate the process of creating the team. And the magic is really in the main Logic app. The main Logic apps takes care of getting the data from Dataverse and then doing things with that data. So our main Logic app is sort of the director of the orchestra, which determines when a team is created by kicking off a child flow, which creates the team, and then it takes the information from that child flow to continue and create the lists and libraries. We are running out of time, so I don't have time to go into further detail now. But if you want to know more, you can go to ProvisionGenie.com if this wants to save. And you can find there the link to where this is stored on GitHub so that you can deploy it on your own tenant, play with it a bit more, and go into more detail if you want to.
Wonderful. I have tons of questions, and I'm sure our audience too. So let's go see in the chat. Thank you.